Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to show another serpent. This is, by the way, another character. You've seen him before. He had another fashion, though. Let's change that fashion again. Black tight. Ah. Now you. You are certainly not Frammed, and what are you doing in the abyss?
Greetings, undead warrior. I am the primordial serpent, Darkstalker Calf. I can guide thee and illuminate the truth. The truth I shall share without sentiment. After the advent of fire, the ancient lords found the three souls, but your progenitor found a fourth, unique soul.
Really?
The dark soul. Your ancestor claimed the dark souls and waited for fire to subside. And soon the flames did fade, and only dark remained. Thus began the Age of Men, the Age of Dark. However, Lord Gwyn trembled at the dark, clinging to his Age of Fire and in dire fear of humans, and the Dark Lord who would one day be born amongst them. Lord Gwyn resisted the course of nature by sacrificing himself to link the fire and commanding his children to shepherd the humans. Gwyn has blurred your past to prevent the birth of the Dark Lord. I am the primordial serpent. I seek to right the wrongs of the past, to discover our true Lord. But the other serpent, Frampt, lost his sense and befriended Lord Gwyn. Undead warrior, we stand at a crossroads. Only I know the truth about your fate. You must destroy the fading Lord Gwyn, who has coddled fire and resisted nature, and become the fourth Lord, so that you may usher in an age of dark.
Well, let's get going then.
Very well. I shall now guide you to Gwyn's prison. Be still, and trust thine flesh to me.
Oh, not this. I'm way too salty. Let me out.
This is Gwyn's prison. Now, place the Lord vessel upon the altar.
Sheesh. Okay. He's even worse than I am. Okay, before I do that.
What is it? Place the Lord vessel upon the altar.
Yes, yes. Not now. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, this is Kath. The other big manipulator. And he wants the Age of Dark. Why? I don't know. But there are a few things. First, he basically repeated the intro. Gwyn, the witch, and Nito found their souls in the fire, went off, did their thing, picked me, went to the fire, picked up the dark soul, so on and so forth. Now, the nature of fire, and I mean fire as we know it, as the burning and crackling of wood, for example. It consumes its material, its fuel, and at some point goes out. Which happened here, apparently. The first flame faded. And Gwyn didn't like it. Of course he didn't like it, because his light soul forced him to link the fire. He is a lot of sunlight. Of course he fears the dark, because it's... Do you see any light, for example, down there? No. Do you see light in the deepest shadows? No. Of course he fears it. It's a complete opposite of him. The dark defies, from his perspective, everything he stands for, so he doesn't want it. And to plug him, he resisted the course of nature and relinked the flame. Because Gwyn loves his age of heroics. Heroics. I shall drink a little water. Now, that was just temporarily, because Fremd wants us to go and relink the fire too, as we have seen on my main character for this let's play. He wants us to link it. Well, he calls him mad. I say Fremd has just a different outlook. Now, before Gwyn linked the flame, he did something else. According to him, he blurred our past. How did he do that? Religion! It's always religion in that regard. Always, I tell ya. It's either money, of one or another, or religion. One of the two. Because both are somewhat connected to power. But that is human. Gwyn is a god. I don't think that the Light Soul has concerns of that. Maybe it has, but... Now, he blinded the human race. And wanted to prevent the rise of the Dark Lord. Or the Fourth Lord. He took just way longer than I did right now. He, for whatever reason, wants the Age of Dark. Fremd wants, for whatever reason, the Age of Fire. And apparently the Fourth Lord wasn't a thing during the Age of Fire. Probably because the Dark Soul is a complete opposite to the Light Soul, which means if the Light Soul is at its peak, the Dark Soul is at its lowest. Balance, so on and so forth. Now, Fremd spoke in heroics. He made it out this grand heritage, this grand task we have. He too. Kath also speaks in heroics. Maybe even more so. He doesn't call us chosen undead, but undead warrior. But he too, in heroics. The primordial serpents are the great manipulators in this world. You could say they make the world go round next to the souls. And the primordial serpents are apparently creatures of legend. They wouldn't speak like that if they wouldn't, if they weren't. Whee! Yes, we watch this again, because why not? And let's be honest, how do people manipulate other people? What is the most effective way? Grandeur. Spectacular deeds. Legends. He uses the same tools as the Light Soul, just for other means. Now.
Very well. Once the vessel is filled with souls, the gate to Gwyn shall open. Seek Gravelord Nito, the Witch of Izalith, and the traitor, Seath the Scaleless. Fill this vessel with their souls, then the gate will open, so that you may kill Gwyn. Are you ready? Then let us return to the Abyss. Entrust thine flesh to me.
No. Jesus, spit me out. I kick your teeth out. Asshole. Bitch.
If you wish, I shall grant the art of Life Drain, the legendary power of the Dark Lord. It can preserve your humanity while undead, and cast off the shackles placed upon your brethren.
I actually don't know what he means with cast off the shackles of your brethren. I suspect that the brethren, my brethren, or our brethren, are the other undead or other humans, because we are human and undead. So, yeah. And yeah, why not? This guy should have been a Dark Wraith anyway. Can't. He gives red eye orbs. Interesting, but
Undead warrior, to speak now is premature. It begins with your retrieval of the Lord Vessel.
Anything else?
They failed me, every last one of them. They were strong, but saw not the truth. I am certain that you will prove different.
Who? The Four Kings? And the Dark Wraiths? They certainly were strong, yes. But what do you mean with truth?
They failed me. They were strong. I am.
Let's begin this. Now, this is the Abyss. You could say a perversion of the dark. I say it is a perversion of the dark. It's harmful. Very so. Very much so. And you need special equipment, aka the Covenant of Artorias, to even think about walking on this. Whatever I'm walking on. The dark is something else. He kind of spell it out to us. It's truth. But I went on and on and on about the likes of being the heroics, legends, the grand and spectacular. Blinding so. And the dark soul is the opposite, which can only mean then that it is the mundane. It is compromise, something. It's grey. Not the grey lands, it is a complete and different thing, but it's a grey area. The light soul sees in black and white, good and evil. The dark soul doesn't. It's not okay. There are also emotions in the light soul, but no compromises. You can't compromise if you have the light soul. You are locked in two directions, everything or nothing. The dark soul isn't. You can say, yes, I want to save people, but I can't save everyone. Some will die. I save as much as I can, and try to do something and potentially kill myself, trying to rescue everyone or no one. For example, the Dark Soul is also base emotions. Greed, for example, the Four Kings. Greed and lust for power. Also, love. We already saw Lordtrek and his twisted love. It's also curiosity, denial, anger, jealousy, envy, joy, hatred. The Dark Soul is somewhat irrational in that regard. And if you look around here, the Abyss is certainly nothing at least nothing much. Don't know, I Kath wants this, but we don't know any motivations of any primordial serpent, though. And luckily for us, there's a whole DLC dedicated to the Dark Soul, which it does to heroic, which explains what it does to heroics. You could say the mundane and the heroic world are always clashing. Always. All day, every day. 24/7. And I don't really want to talk about that much further because the DLC, it will explain it a lot better. And thank you very much. It's not the fashion I want, but
They failed. Every last one of them. They were strong. I am certain.
yes.
Farewell.
Farewell. Now, what do we have here? Defeat the dark rays of Kath use this orb to seek humanity and plunge further into dark. Perhaps they are more human than we. Interesting. And the red's Ein soapstone. It's a more honorable version of this. Or you could say the more heroic version. Because a dark wraith offers a honorable duel. So, the Dark Sword. The sword of the Knights of the Four Kings of New Londo. Its blade is wide and thick, and it is wielded in an unusual manner. And the Four Kings were seduced by evil, and knights became dark wraiths, servants of the dark, who wielded these dark swords. Seduced by evil. Lights are right there. So, what? Yes, the Dark Mask. Mask of the Dark Race, former Knights of New Londo who descended into dark. Descended. Ooh. Some say the skeletal mask of an ancient dark wraith is partially fused with the flesh of its face. Well, certainly gruesome. The armor transformed and remains a symbol of the Dark Servants and their diabolical art of life drain. Well, it certainly isn't nice. Question: where's the Dark End? There you are! It even has a weapon. With no scaling though, and it has no occult modifier. Interesting. The Dark Wraiths, incited by Kath, use the power of the Dark Soul to absorb humanity, an art shared by this weapon, which also acts as a special shield. The ancients particularly could sap the humanity of even a replete saint in the blink of an eye. I say it out loud right now. The Abyss and the Dark Race, and even the Four Kings, are a perversion. A perversion of the dark soul. Are they evil? Maybe, maybe not. But they're a perversion. I believe that the dark isn't like that. And thus I say good night and sleep well.